Are you still planning to make a Death Note movie?
I'm planning to, yeah. We have a script. What movie?
Death Note. I'm just curious, like, what are you thinking about? I mean, it seems like such a difficult idea to make accessible to a big American audience.
All right, well, Death Note, here's the thing about Death Note. It's a Japanese manga about a demon who leaves a notebook, and a high school student discovers it. And whoever name you write, basically, in the Death Note book, dies within 40 seconds. And it's pretty compelling, because based on that simple principle, then they use every permutation and possibility of that premise that you can ever imagine. The problem is Hollywood is scared of it. They spent all this time acquiring the rights, and the first thing they did was say, well, you lose the demon, just make a kid, dog. And you don't want the kid to normally just be kind of evil, so maybe we show that when he was a kid, something horrible happened to him, and then when he gets the book, I think they just kept qualifying it until it ceased to exist. So I said, I'll do it, but keep the demon. The book doesn't seduce the kid and brainwash him.
Really, ultimately, what we tried to do with the cameras, we tried to sort of express sort of the almost mind control factor that the Death Note has.
He becomes that person that he's always had inside, which is the evil that's in all of us. It's about that. It's about the creation of a villain. It's about a descent into madness, this downward spiral. It's not about a hypnotic book that just takes over kids electrically, and there's no demon. Of course, it's a fucking demon that's been sold in 34 million copies around the world. That's 3 times what Twilight sold, because the demon, and they don't want it. They say, well, it didn't sell that in America. It's like, well, of course it didn't sell that in America. It's in Japanese. Try translating it and see what happens. So, anyway, yeah, demon, all that stuff. It's all included now, and I'm excited to do it. I think it could be a lot of fun.
I always thought the concept of Death Note in itself is really cool. This movie's about what happens when you give the ultimate power to a teenager. My brother and I grew up watching lots of anime, and I always thought if I was ever going to adapt something into a movie that I should do Death Note. The story itself is so crazy and fantastic that you can interpret it in so many different ways.
Adam said, I just want to make the most kick-ass version of a movie with a kid with a killer notebook. And I was like, that sounds fucking awesome.
I realized very early on that Adam's completely insane. Is it ever distracting to you that you can see yourself on this monitor here?
No, I just look at myself.
Now that you pointed, you like looking at yourself? Are you distracted by yourself?
A little bit. I don't look at myself.
Who are you looking at in the monitor?
Myself.
Feeling it? Happy with it? Yeah?
They moved it.
They just took it away.
They took it away.
So you can't see yourself anymore. So,
You know this is the real book.
The actual one?
Uh-huh.
The one Light's using?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you get your hands on it?
I think the more appropriate question is, how do I get my feet on it?
Well, see if you can do it right now. So have you seen Ryuk, who comes along with this book? Yeah. You didn't hear about him? I thought you did something you would know.
Get out. Okay. Get out!
This is I've actually talked to Light before, and I understand
The
that. Yeah.
Shinigami.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't mention Shinigami to me, all right? Don't, please. I
don't know if you heard about this, but the Shinigami like to eat apples. Yet you kind of live on
Stop
sugar.
talking about Shinigami, please.
Death Note has a massive fan base. Is there anything that's gonna surprise them about what you guys have done?
I think they will be surprised to know that this journey is taking place in third-dimensional space as we speak. I imagine a lot of them imagine that it was only in a sort of fictional world that this kind of conversation could happen. But they're wrong.
But it's happening right now.
It's happening as we speak.
Okay. So that is right next to you. the Death Note. How do you feel about it? Is it terrifying? Does it feel?
I'm a bit uncomfortable sitting next to it. I'm not sure whose name might be written in there. I'm not sure who it's been used by, what it's been used for. I don't like it. I'd rather it be next to you.
Me?
But as press would have it, it's next to me.
Yeah, I actually would prefer it just kind of to hang out over there, cause
yeah, right.
I don't want to crack it open and see like my name or
It's
someone.
in good hands next to me, I'll tell you that.
So, that's a good question. Do you feel like the kind of power that that comes with the Death Note, do you think that you personally are the kind of person who can kind of handle that, or would you also be corrupted by it?
In quite an extreme way when you include the Death Note in the conversation.
Yeah, it kind of puts like a. Are you getting something off of it? Is it?
I hate it.
Yeah, you know what?
Hate it.
Me too. So a lot of what goes on between yourself and Light is kind of this cat and mouse game, this great chase.
Yes.
Is there any fun in that, or is it purely work, or does part of you need that chase?
There is a certain level of satisfaction that comes with uncovering new information. That's what I love. It's what I live for. Chasing Light is not fun. I don't enjoy it at all. I hate it. I might hate him.
Might.
I think I hate him.
So, last question. Can I get you a snack? I feel like usually.
Oh, I love a snack. I love a snack.
Any preference? There's Crafty out there. I think they have wraps. I don't know if that's.
No. We need Skittles.
Skittles?
Now and later's. Ooh. Hershey's. White chocolate.
I'm sure they've got. It's New York.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Time's wasting.
I'll go grab it.
Thank you.
I'll go grab it. Thank you so much.
You are the best.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Love you.
Wow. I
marry me.
Love you too. Okay. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Keith, I gotta ask you, man. What was your favorite scene to do here in Death Note?
The meeting of Light.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
I guess that says it all. That says it all. Now, Adam, I hear you have...
Nat Wolff is so expressive. He's almost like he's animated.
Yeah.
As the director, how did you elicit those reactions from him?
I feel the pain of everyone. Man, I feel nothing. Well, with Nat's just, like that's just his, his just.
This has such a great cast. People like Willem Dafoe and Nat Wolff.
What did you do? She didn't kiss every French guy, just one.
What's your funniest or most memorable moment from filming with them?
And this has come up before, but funny enough, actually it wasn't funny because it was, at the moment, it seemed like kind of a dire moment, but towards the end of the coverage of the bully punching Nat, he accidentally overshot and he actually punched Nat right in the head.
Back the fuck!
I've watched that footage a whole bunch of times because in retrospect it's actually very funny. Actually it wasn't funny, but it's actually very funny.
Someone that was over at the panel I was just talking to said that you give a really good scream. You give like legit, like... Is that not scream?
Yeah, it's a perfect imitation.
Wow.
Honestly, that's pretty identical.
I don't know if I actually would say that's a great scream then.
We went to Netflix, you know, our whole pitch was that this was a series. You know, to me it's like the way you're going to get something to turn into a franchise or a series is first and foremost making sure that your film works as a film. It's like all that other stuff will fall into place. I hope that the fans are happy because that definitely means a lot to me.
And you have a big special effects movie coming up, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right.